right.
170 knots, 2 Diamond, contact tower on 124.3.
Runway 35 right.
That's long, 3 off the shaft.
Southwest 1615, fly heading 020, and just going to maintain 10,000.
020 down 10,000, Apple 16.
American 420, contact approach 123.85 today.
Going to localizer, 35 left, Apple 16.
United 640, turn left heading 080.
080, United 640.
Approach, good morning, American 420, descending at a 17,100 via the next 3, landing north, visual 35 left.
American 420, number approach, target fighting 280, descend and maintain 11,000.
Heading 280, maintain 11,000, American 420.
United 2476, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000, United 2476.
Bravo 1615, field 2 o'clock, and 20 miles. I'm sorry, 10 o'clock, 20 miles.
Airport and sites, Apple 1615.
Bravo 1615, heading 020 to join final clear visual approach, runway 35 left.
020, joint clear the visual 35 left, Apple 1615.
United 2408, reduce speed to 170.
170 knots, United 2408.
Get out of flight level 280, descending on the next.
Southwest 2268, Denver approach, fund the visual approach, runway 35 left, Denver altimeter is 2985.
Visual 35 left, Southwest 2268.
United 2285.
Bravo 1615, speed 210 to our line.
210 feet, tell us, Apple 1615.
United 24, request United 640, turn left heading 020, intercept the localizer 934 right.
020, intercept localizer 34 right, United 640.
United 2476, fly heading 020.
Heading 020, United 2476.
Bravo 1615, traffic 10 o'clock, 4 miles. So they're going for the parallel runway, that's up 37.
Apple 1615.
South United 2408, contact tower 124.3, get in.
243, United 2408, get in.
United 640, 2 miles from Boeing, cross Boeing at 9,000, cleared ILS, runway 34 at approach.
Boeing at 9,000, clear for ILS 34 right, United 640.
The final descend and maintain 13,000.
280 on the heading and down at 3,000, Southwest 2274.
Southwest 2274, just to verify 13,000 for the altitude.
13,000 for Southwest 2274.
It's better to time, Apple 1615.
At 640, maintain 170 knots or greater to port.
160 knots or better to court, 640.
170 or better to port for United 640.
Sorry, 170 or better, 640.
Approach United 2285, you got a speed you want to fly?
United 2285, maintain 210 or greater on the speed.
210 or greater, United 2285.
United 2476, field 12 o'clock, 20 miles.
Insight, United 2476.
2476, and present heading to join final clear visual approach runway 35 left, speed is 210.
President heading, join a clear visual 35 left, and speed 210, United 2476.
American 420, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300, American 420.
1615, contact tower on 124.3, get in.
243, take care. 1615.
United 640, tower 135.3, get in.
353, thanks, JL 640.
United 2285, fly heading 020, maintain 10,000.
020 down to 10,000, United 2285.
74, reduce speed to 210, then descend and maintain 9,000.
Speed 210 and down at 9,000, Southwest 2274.
23, you can expect your absolute at 35, right?
Alpha 5, Bravo Golf.
619, Denver approach, fly heading 280, vectors to final, descend and maintain 13,000.
Descend and maintain 13,000, heading 280, United 2619.
34 right, Denver altimeter is 2985.
All right, we'll plan 34 right, certainly fast.
210 will go down to 8,000, United 2120 heavy.
00 descending via the next 3, landing north hotel.
Southwest 1747, Denver approach, fund the visual approach, runway 35 right, Denver altimeter is 2985.
Our plan 35 right, Southwest 1747.
Center 125.9, thanks.
Contact approach 123.85 heading.
Approach, good afternoon, Delta 2277, 26-4, descending across Larks at flight level 190, 250 knots, we have hotel, and negative RNAV.
Delta 2277, Denver approach, roger, descend and maintain 14,000, Denver altimeter is 29085.
29085 down to 14,000, Delta 2277.
Delta 2277, you can expect vectors for the visual approach runway 35 left.
35 left, thank you.
Heading 02, fly heading 020 to join the final, clear visual approach, runway 34 right.
Alright, 020 to join the final, clear for the visual 34 right, United 2285.
Scott 547 Romeo, turn 10 degrees right.
10 degrees right, Scott 547 Romeo.
1826, contact approach 123.85 today.
1826.
United 2476.
United 2285, maintain 170 knots or greater to chord.
170 or better to chord, United 2285.
5 Bravo Golf, center maintain 2000.
12,000, 5 Bravo Golf.
Southwest 2209, reduce speed down to 210.
210 feet, Southwest 2209, here we go.
1.5, descending via the C3, landing north with hotel.
United 1259, Denver approach, fund the visual approach runway 34 right, Denver altimeter is 29085.
Alright, visual 34 right, and 2985, United 1259.
420.
American 420, fly heading of 325 to join final, cleared for the visual approach, runway 35 left, speed 210.
Speed 210, heading 325 to join the final and cleared visual 35 left, American 420.
Guys, 547 Romeo, just going to maintain 1000. That's 547 Romeo, just going to maintain 1000.
111,000, guys, 547 Romeo.
Southwest 1257, just going to maintain 1000.
Center 11000, Southwest 1257.
Number 5 Bravo Golf, and left heading 020, maintain 10,000.
020, 10,000, 5 Bravo Golf.
United 2285, contact tower on 135.3, getting.
35-3, United 2285, see ya.
Southwest 2274 to airport 2 o'clock and 18 miles.
We have the upper side, Southwest 2274.
Southwest 2274 heading 325 to join final, cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
325 to join final, we'll clear for the runway 35 right, visual, Southwest 2274. 2268, Denver approach, right flighting 280, just going to maintain 2000.
Heading 280, 12,000, Southwest 2268.
At 1826, turn left, heading of 05, or correction, 040.
040, United 1826. 27-3, United 2120, get it.
And towers 24-3.
24-3, get it.
1.5 for 11 descending via the Flotty and maintain 250 until flight.
Southwest 1705, Denver approach, good morning. Hotels on the ATIS, the Denver altimeter is 296. Expect the visual approach to 34 right.
Expect visual to 34 right, we have hotel Southwest 1705.
Go.
Guys, 547 Romeo, present heading to join, clear visual approach, runway 35 left, maintain 210 knots.
Present heading to join, clear for the visual 35 left, 210 knots. Sky 547 Romeo.
United 1826, just going to maintain 10,000.
Down to 10, United 1826.
Southwest 1257, turn right, heading 325, maintain 10,000.
Right turn 325, maintain 10,000, Southwest 1257.
Main flight level 230.
Descending via.
Southwest 2953, Denver approach. Citation 5 Bravo Golf, approximately Sherman, 3 touchdown behind us, 737.
5 Bravo Golf, roger.
American 421, 0 knots or greater to Diamond.
Connected to
170 or greater to Diamond, American 420.
619 heading 325 to join final, cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
325 to join, cleared visual 35 right, United 2619.
North 993, leaving 155, descending via the Lager Hotel. We.
286, reduce speed to 210.
020 down to 9, United 1826.
Citation 5, Bravo Golf, maintain 170 knots or greater to quartz.
170 or greater to quartz, 5 Bravo Golf.
At 1826, reduce speed to 210.
Slow to 210, United 1826.
Southwest 2953, reduce speed to 210.
210, South 2950, slowing.
Southwest 2268, fighting 280, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000 on a heading 20, Southwest 2268.
420 traffic, stop your left, they're joining for the parallel to citation, contact tower 124.3.
24.3, we're looking American 420 long.
Southwest 1257, field 12 caught 20 miles.
Inside Southwest 1257.
1257, present heading to join, clear visual approach 35 left.
Heading join, clear visual 35 left, Southwest 1257.
At 1826, field 12 caught 20 miles.
In sight, United 1826.
At 1826, 7020, join, final clear visual approach runway 34 right.
020 to join, clear to visual 34 right, United 1826.
United 286, you are cleared RNAV Zulu, runway 35 right approach.
All right, howdy everyone. How's everyone doing on this manic Monday? So I just figured I'd do a nice scenic flight today with the TBM. I haven't flown this plane in, God, it must be months. This is not one of my usually go-to. You guys know I prefer the airliner stuff over the GA. I thought about doing FS Economy, and I was like, I just did one of those last night with my Cessna, twin Cessna 310, which that just had an update, by the way. The digital replica Cessna 310 is an outstanding aircraft. I use it with the GTN 750. It's a lot of fun. But today I figured we would fly from Lake Tahoe, right, and we'll go to Palo Alto first, pick up some more passengers, and then head on out to Half Moon Bay, where we'll grab the $100 burger, as they say. So we have to do a little bit of flight planning. Noel, have sound on, check it now. Okay, how do you hear me? Hear okay? We'll do some flight planning. Let's do maintenance first. The engine's good, except we need to change the oil, so that's $650. Brake pedal, left brake pad is worn. Left and right brake pad. Let's just that's good, so we'll just replace that for 200. Battery is good, don't need to charge that. Everything else is really good there. Avionics are golden. Lights are good. Airframe's good. And O2 is good. So we did a oil change, 650, and a left brake pad, so 6, 7, 8, almost $900 for that, and we still have to get fuel. All right, so this is our route. We're doing VFR, so I'm not actually going to follow this. This is if I was going to file a IFR in the air, I would just do this number here to Palo Alto. But we're going to do VFR with flight following. I'll pick up flight following once we're up in the air. One thing I wanted to show you, though, which is kind of cool, some people might not know, like MEA on this airway is in this section 11,000 MSL for Victor 6. And then this is 5,000 and 3,000. So you have different MEAs. Like this is 2,500 MSL and this is 5,000 here. So to fly this route, you basically would have to file 6,000 because you're going west. So it'd be even. That way you're clear the MEA. And then you have Mocha, which is this starred one. And this is like clear. You could fly this Mocha with the star at 2,100 feet because it's obstacles, right? So you got MEA versus Mocha. So this is a pretty good graph of that. So you can tell the 10.3 Mocha is to clear these towers. So that's the difference. You have MEA up here at 11,000 and then you have Mocha, which clears these obstacles. So a little tidbit of information. I saw that thing the other night, so I was like, I'm going to share that next time I stream because that's a pretty cool graphic. Teaches a lot for the MEA. Otherwise, you have, areas where you have altitudes like this is safe low. IFR low would be like anything above 15,000 here, 13,000 here. If you need to contact center while you're in the air, you can use these blue stamps. So this would be Oakland 316.1 there, or let me see, there's another one over here. Am I on low? Yeah, I'm on low. Let me back out because I can't see anyone. Yeah, here's another one. Oakland Fallon 128.8. So that's one way to find out centers for your areas if you need to call them up. But today we're doing VFR, so we're going to switch this to World VFR. And here's Lake Tahoe. So we're going to take off. We'll have to climb so we can cut through this little pass here. We're going to use the Squaw Valley VOR as our initial reference to when we call in ATC to get flight following. We're going to use Squaw Valley as a reference, so we'll let them know we're southwest, whatever miles at whatever feet from this. Or you could use Hangtown VOR. You just have to have a reference to use for your location. So we'll get flight following, and then we'll come down here. So you have San Francisco fly area. So we have San Jose, will be flight following. So we can go into Charlie airspace as long as you are already with two-way communication. So I'm not going to go into the surface area. I guess I could if I needed to. I'm in two-way communication, so let me see. Where is Palo Alto's here? So actually, I don't have to go in here. I'll just come down here, and looks like this is from 15 to 4,000 for this Charlie shelf, but that's fine. Like I said, we can go right into the Charlie shelf. The Bravo shelf in this area is 4,000 to 10. So as long as we're under 4,000, which we will be, we'll be golden. This one is we have to stay above 3,000 to cross over Livermore. Let me see, what else do we got here? So Palo Alto, we got Moffett. So this is 25. This is a class Delta airspace because you got the dotted line. So that's 2,500. So, but we'll be in two-way communication. So we're all golden there. And yeah. So we'll just keep our code to go into Palo Alto. And then when we're done at Palo Alto, we'll take back off. And this is 3,000 foot. This is 2,300 feet for this Bravo shelf, and this is 15. So we can actually like take off straight out here. And then we're going to want to climb to see this VFR flyway is below 3,000 and below 2,200 here because that's 23. So we'll just climb up to 2,100. And that way we can clear this San Carlos airspace because that's 2,000 MSL, or yeah, 2,000. So we'll climb up to 2,100 and then cross over. Let's see, we'll probably just cut out through here actually. see how things look. I might be able to climb and get through this way. And then we'll come over here to Half Moon Bay and we'll land there. So it's just a short little jaunt to get the $100 burger. So yeah, we just have to navigate this airspace. So, but flight following will make it easier. I can make it super easy and just do IFR, but nah, where's the fun in that? So Lake Tahoe is no clouds, no wind. Palo Alto is just a few clouds at 12,000 AGL, so no worries there. So we'll land on 3-1 because wind favors that. And Half Moon Bay will plan 3-0, no clouds. So all good for VFR. There's no weather, the wind is calm, very low turbulent, hardly any clouds, and there probably won't be any icing. Yep, no icing. So we're just going to use this for fuel purposes. So TBM 16.5 will be our cruise because we're going west, so it's even. So 16,000 plus 500 is for VFR at 500. So block fuel for this flight is 918, so I usually take 140. All right, let me go to my calculator here. So 140 gallons times 6.5 pounds per gallon is 910. And that is, so let me see, so 70, let's say 80, so 160 times 6.5 is 10.4. So we'll do 80 gallons per tank. That'll be plenty of fuel to do what we need to do here. Altimeter at Lake Tahoe is 30.02. And this is, I'm just going to do a VFR because it will track our flight that way. Don't need any of that. VFR. All right, got the VFR flight plan on file. Sometimes you'd want to file the VFR flight plan in real life, just so if there is a problem, you have an emergency of to do a controlled landing in a field or something, at least they'll know where to start looking for you because you'll have a track that they're anticipating you flying. Like for us, it would be this. So they'll know if we have an emergency and we don't have radio or whatever, they'll know approximately where we're going, how we're getting there. So that's a good idea to file VFR flight plans in the real world. All right, let's go back to the aircraft. All right, 35 pounds there. That looks fine for those guys. And I want 80 gallons there. So I'm going to go to my TBM calculator. So let me see, quick setup So you can get a TBM Performance through the App Store, and it's free, and it's a really cool app. TVL, next, and our payload is this. So 2 pilots and 3 passengers. Let me put in the cruise, so 165, and we are going to PAL, 139 miles, that sounds right. Fuel is 160 gallons. All right, row 1, 230 and 155 for the passengers' weights. Row 2 is 156, 138, and 135, and 0, and front forward cargo is 35, rear cargo is 0, so that will get my weight and balance correctamundo, and then Lake Tahoe. So with the current winds, looks like we're taking our runway 36 with takeoff VR at 84 indicated. Of course, I usually do about 90. Safe Tora is 2,500 feet. Takeoff torque 100% at that. VY is 124. So stall clean is 96. All right. It's a very cool calculator, y'all. I highly recommend it. It's free. It's not good features. I use it for runway incline or decline too. Trying to remember what my keys are. This plane is superb in VR, by the way. I don't have VR right now. After next Christmas, I hope to get back into it, but I used to have VR, and this plane is just freaking awesome in VR. And I know the Toto, the developer of this plane, is working on an update for X-Plane 12, so that should be pretty cool. All right, passengers are loaded, fuel set up. Don't need a GPU. Should probably close the door though. And we'll lock that up. And like I said, battery should be fine, so crash bar up. Park brake. Nav light. Okay. All right, nav light is on.
Aural warning, okay.
TAWS system test, okay.
that's fine. I'm going to do revisionary because this works off the battery only. So if you lose power to this, we'll still have this for engine start. Do pulse light on. That will let everybody know we're fixing to kick on some engine work here. All right, engine start briefing. Verify ITT less than 150. It's 1, so I'd say that applies. 16 NG, 20 seconds. Do not abort start with IG after adding fuel. Yields fuel cutoff only. Add fuel above 13 NG. 16 is good. Abort if it goes over 950 ITT. 1000 max. 900 for 5 seconds. Stopwatch on. Engine build. Bottom left is starter. Top left is low idle. I want to write fuel. Aux boost pump on. Battery is good and all that. And timer, again, looking for 16 within 20 seconds. We can add fuel at 13. And then we need 25 NG by 30. Okay. All right, there's not enough power on this. We're going to abort. All right, we need apparently a ground power unit. And I'll put this to ground power. That will allow me to start this a little bit better. Low idle. .25 within 17, so we are good on the NG. Keeping an eye on the ITT. Looks like it topped out just under 7, so nice cool start. Oil pressure is in the green. Do inert separator. Oil pressure is good. Do aux BP to auto. Autopilot on. Visionary off. I'm going to check for auto switch here. All right, that worked. Alright, main gen. Get rid of the GPU. Come down here. We'll do bleed air, cabin pressure, and environment. Get rid of that. Now, cabin temp will start to cool down here. Turn off the pulse light. Right, we're on main electric. We're going to check our standby. Feels good. Put on next rad. Fuel. Where's the fuel? There it is. It's even. Oxygen on. I don't think. I mean, we will need it. Maybe we're going to be above 12,000. So, whatevs. Synthetic vision. I don't need that. Let's punch in a flight plan. Squaw Valley. And then V, P, B, C, T, P, A, O, and there's Squaw Valley there. Frequency for Squaw Valley is it's 113 something. 113.2. Punch that to VOR. I won't pick it up till we're in the air, because we don't care. Transponder, VFR, altitude. Alright, we are squawking. Squawking. And Lake Tahoe is 124.72.
South Lake Tahoe weather. Wind 170 at 15, gust 22, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 4, dew point -8. Altimeter 3001.
Winds are 170.15. That cannot be right.
South Lake Tahoe weather. Wind 170 at 15 gust 22, visibility more than 10. Sky clear.
Apparently my weather injector is not working today. Lake Tahoe 18, that can't be right. Let me see what Palo Alto is showing. Palo Alto shows 350 at 6. Let me see if that's even close. Yeah, that's right. I guess it'll be a sport. All right, let me see what Half Moon Bay is showing. Half Moon Bay 340 at 9. Yeah, everything else looks right. Just the winds are kind of crazy. 30, 45 Half Moon Bay. Yeah, that's right. All right, so we're gonna have ourselves a sporty takeoff here, guys. 190 at 16 to 23. Let me update that. Huh. Oh well, I don't know what to do about that. So 190 would be, we're gonna have to take off runway 12, which we can do. Make it sporty, but as the wind is 170.
Wind 170 at 15 gust 22, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature
Just
4.
putting the heading there so I know the wind direction.
Altimeter 3001.
All right, and CTAF here at Palo Alto. Lake Tahoe. Elevation 6264, so that matches that. It's 3001. $122.85. And let me see. $127.95 is Oakland. All right, so we got CTAF and Oakland set. So we'll taxi to 18. Lost my checklist. Hang on a second. Pre-taxi? Wait. Before taxi, checked ATIS, altimeter standby, heading with compass east. Okay. I've entered the flight plan, autopilot. I mean, we can worry about that later. Flaps are a little bit there for takeoff. That's fine. Takeoff trim. Right about there. Transponder, we are squawking VFR, CAS messages Intercept, stall, pitot, that's all normal stuff. Alright. Guess I need to fix that. Alright, we got flight control check, that's fine. That's fine, free, clear, incorrect. Go ahead and remove the chocks. Turn off the brake. Put the prop into taxi. Everything is green there. See if I can pull this up on my laptop here. Lake Tahoe traffic, TBM-139, taxiing runway 18 via Alpha, Lake Tahoe traffic. All right. All right, as Matthew McConaughey would say. Let's go. Do taxi light. The wind is whipping here. Make a sporty takeoff. All right, let's do a feather test. There's a fire truck. Alrighty. I guess we'll just make a left close traffic here. I reckon. Probably the best idea. Get all the runway. Alright, we'll do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll do 6 and 7. Alright, we got pulse light, strobe lights. Don't need landing lights because we got strobe lights on. We are plenty visible. And we'll turn on our pitot and stall warning lights. Inert separator still on, that's fine. Trend for takeoff, cast messages, normal. Rotate 98. Maybe less with the wind. Gear up. Flaps up 115. Alright, let's roll. So we're taking off runway 18. Lake Tahoe traffic, TBM-139, taking off runway 18 for our left downwind departure, Lake Tahoe traffic. Gear up. Throw a little bit of rudder here. Make this tight, very tight turn. I would never have done this if it was IMC. That would have been too dangerous. VFR, we can do it. Kind of cloudy over there. Anyway, let's do yaw damper for now. Am I getting signal from Squaw Valley yet? Yeah, I'm 20 miles from Squaw Valley. There's 10,000 feet. Okay. So we're going to go up to... Where's my altitude at? And altitude, here we go. Just bring her all the way up to 16 here. Oh no, we'll stick at 14. 14.5. And inert separator closed. That takes about 45 seconds. Gotta keep an eye on the torque so we don't over torque. And we'll switch to Oakland Center. Alright, it's 45 seconds. Close that out. Turn put on our headset. And we are 24 miles south. And I don't know why. I meant to lock it in there at 14.5. And we're 27 miles. Afternoon, Oakland Center, November 1399, VFR, 27 miles south of Squaw Valley, VOR at 4,500. I'd like to pick up flight following to Palo Alto Airport, intended cruise 16,500, type TBM-900 Snatcoff.
November 1399, Oakland Center, squawk 1513.
1513, 1399. 15, code 1513. You don't have to ident.
November 1399, radar contact 20 miles east of the Hangtown VOR.
Location checks 1399. Alright, 165, and we'll do vertical speed here. Put that back to that. All right, we'll turn the pulse off right now. Don't need that. Almost at our cruise. Cabin pressure.
November 1399, contact NorCal approach 127.4.
NorCal 127.4, 1399. 274. Pop that over there. NorCal approach, TBM 1399, 16,500.
November 1399, NorCal approach, the Sacramento Executive Altimeter 3043.
3043, 1399. 3043. Sharing 45-month anniversary ongoing, and I have some new screenshots. Nice. Very nice. All right, we're going to want to top a descent here. Looks like we're going to be heading straight for Palo Alto, which is right on the edge. So this waypoint we're going to set for top of descent in 8 minutes. So we're going to do runway 31 and Palo Alto. PAO, elevation 3. So we can use this as a visual reference, I guess. Mainly from Pub B. And then this is all golf course right here, which is kind of cool. So we'll do procedure, approach. Just do vectors and load. That's all I need. Giddy. Is 2100 there. Okay. loading in a bunch of scenery apparently. I can hear my processor screaming at me. It's saying no.
November 1399, contact NorCal approach 120.905.
NorCal 120.905, TBM-900. NorCal approach, TBM-1399, 16,500.
Number 1399, NorCal approach the Modesto altimeter 3042.
3042, 1399. All right. ATIS for Palo Alto. It's 135.27. That might be too far away. Yep, too far away. We'll check it again when we get a little closer. We still got 4 minutes to our top of descent. Weather 350 at 6 knots, so that's 308, so it'll be a little bit of a right crosswind, but only 6 knots, so you probably won't even notice it. 10 miles visibility, view at 12 AGL, 12,000, so yep, no problem. The approach that I have loaded is that one, so all good. I'm not going to be flying the approach, but we have it loaded for visual reference in situational awareness. Meanwhile, all right, let me see what my weather injector is showing. So we got PAO, Palo Alto, 3045. So let me jot that down. That's the altimeter. And it's going to be runway 31, which is right traffic. We'll be coming in on a right base anyway, so that works. You can find that on the supplemental page for the suggested traffic. It's not an absolute, it's just suggested because of terrain. There's mountains to the left of it, so that's why. Is our fuel even enough? Got our coffee. What is CTAF anyway? Palo Alto 18.6. So I'll get 18.6 ready. I don't know if we'll get another frequency change before there, but we're good to go. Don't need decision altitude. The
Vertical track.
21 degrees. It's nice 72 Fahrenheit or so. VNAV. And we'll bring her down to. Let me scroll this out. That's the elevation there again. Elevation is 7. So yeah, we'll do 1,000. And this will put us 1,000 right before the airport. So all good there. And we can pick up some speed. I have to watch the torque though, because the torque will climb as we descend. Back to torque off to about 80 or so right now, because I do want to pick up some speed. Cabin pressure never got bad, right? I don't think so. .7 diff, that's fine. That's well within its capability. Alright, so I probably have, let's see here.
FlexJet 22, clearance to Aspen with Lima. FlexJet 22, Jackson ground, clear to the Aspen Airport, Alpine 3 departure, kick-knee transition, then as filed. Or, FlexJet 22,
10 minutes. Traffic is on, so we're good there. If we get the traffic, it will automatically go to the traffic map, which we got 2 miles. Let's make that 2 miles complete, actually.
FlexJet 22, you're clear to the Aspen Airport, has a Divide 1 departure, then WAR transition, direct kick-knee, then as filed. Climb via the sit, except maintain 15,000. Departure frequency 133.25.
Alright, Palo Alto, wind 3305, 3044.
To Dunmore transition, then direct to kick-knee, then as filed. Climb via the sit, except maintain 15,000. Departure 133.25, squawk 3473.
Altimeter 3044.
Back correct.
Arriving runway 31, departing runway 31.
Alright, torque is starting to climb, but that's alright. It's at 90%. Altimeter is set. We're going to turn back on our pulse light and taxi light, so that way we're visible, as you can see here. Back off the torque a little bit. We're well within our speed limits. Of course, we're not under 10,000 yet, but eventually. Go ahead and stow that table. Get rid of the coffee. CTAF is 18.6. Good to go there. If we need to go around, it'd be right traffic. And we don't want to go any higher than, say, 2,000 feet. We'll be fine at 2,000. All right, we do have a Bravo shelf to think about here.
Number 1399, contact NorCal approach 134.5.
NorCal 134.5, 1399er. 34.5. NorCal approach, TBM-900, leaving 9,700.
Number 1399, NorCal approach, the Palo Alto altimeter 3046.
3046, 1399er. Alright, so this shelf is between 8 and 10. So we gotta be under 8,000. Which looks like we might do. We'll keep an eye on that. That's the main thing, is this Bravo shelf. We have to have permission to enter a Bravo. We're in two-way communication with ATC, so you don't need permission to enter Charlie airspace because you're already talking to him. So you don't need, you're kind of like pre-authorized. If he doesn't want you to go in there, he'll usually tell you beforehand. And once we're underneath the Bravo shelf, we cannot exceed 200 knots underneath the Bravo when you're VFR. It's another VFR rules. We're at 95 torque, so we're gonna back that off. .3045, 3045. Coming up to the 8,000 shelf, and we're under 8,000 now, so no worry there. Not a single worry. So again, I don't fly this plane that much. Like, this is probably the first time in, like, God, at least 6 months, maybe even as far as a year. So don't judge my landing. I'm used to flying airliners. So, like, my visual sight that I'm used to is being pretty high above the runway. So I'm either going to float this, or I'm going to stall out over the runway and come crashing down and have a really hard landing. So it's going to be one or the other. I doubt very much I'll grease it, which is exactly why I did not load the landing calculator, or not the calculator, but the landing thing that will pop up. All right, 8,000. This is 4,000. So we have to be under 3,000 in this shelf. Palo Alto is right on the edge of here. See if that brings us down quick enough. We have to be under 4,000 by the time we get to that line, so we don't break any rules. Oh, actually, I am breaking a rule. We have to be under 200 knots. I already said that. Here I am, do as I say, not as I do. One of those type things. All right, inert separator. We'll turn that back on, because you want to turn that on
22, Rock Springs.
For birds around 4,000 feet. You have to start thinking about birds and such. Of course, that's 4,000 AGL, so Should have probably turned that on before. Alright, we're at 190. We'll try to hold that. Looks like we're gonna just barely make this. I'm gonna help it out some.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Dive, dive, dive. Look at that. Alright, let's go to heading mode and we'll kind of verge off to the left here a little bit so we're not straight in.
Section 22, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
Let's check our
Palo
ATIS
Alto
again.
Information Lima. 1900 Zulu weather. Wind 330
Section
at
22, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 410. That'll be your final direction of flight. River 1399, no traffic observed at Palo Alto. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawk maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. 1399. We'll see it. So we're going to go VFR. We'll switch to the right frequency, which is 18.6. 18.6. Palo Alto traffic, TBM-139, entering right base for runway 31. Palo Alto traffic will be a full stop. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our gear here. Okay. Palo Alto traffic, TBM-139, turning final runway 36. Full stop, Palo Alto. Or Palo Alto traffic, correction, runway 31 for the TBM-139. Yeah, I don't usually fly into this airport. So here's the golf course. Not there. Looks like a 7-knot wind. Almost right down the runway.
Airspeed.
Yep. I have like zero practice in landing this thing, but it's a good landing because we can reuse the plane. I didn't break nothing. Always looks worse inside too. You'll see on the tour replay. All right, flaps up. Strobe, pulse light off. Let's reset our trim here. Actually, I'll skip the replay because we're going to take back off. Let me just go around this loop. It's a little tight for this airplane, apparently. It's not very to scale. Let's stop here for a second. All right. Let me reset my checklist here for the takeoff. We're going to Half Moon Bay next. Just a quick jaunt across this mountain range here. So I just need my takeoff checklist. And I'll leave transponder on that. We're not going to do flight following because we're literally just going to like over this mountain. So flight plan, menu, delete. Half Moon Bay. Procedure. 30. Load that. And let me see, what do I want for reference? I'll say, I'll show you this airport I'm currently at too here in a second. I'll just use Jumda, so we'll go Jumda direct. That kind of give me an idea. Walleye is, what's the altitude at Walleye? 33 if I was going to use the RNAV, but we're not going to be anything like 2100, so Mavic is 2000, so we'll kind of intercept our final approach right there at Mavic. All right, here's Palo Alto. It's okay. I think I paid for this actually. I wouldn't recommend it now, but it's pretty cool. I think if they would have spent a little bit more time with the golf course, because this is just ortho, like crap ortho that they put on this, and they threw in a few custom 3D trees, like that's it. But I mean, everything else looks pretty cool. It's kind of an odd place to have that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there. There's a gas station, some hangars. That's what I usually look for lining up on the runway, because it's almost in line with it. Tower's pretty cool. All right. So let's go to Half Moon Bay. So we're going to take off. We're going to be under 23, but I think I have to be at 21 because there is a delta around here. I'll show you that what I mean. So there's delta that we have to look out for. So we are sitting right here at Palo Alto. So this is the 2,300 foot Bravo shelf. So below 22. But here, this is a delta. San Carlos is a delta. So their airspace goes up to 2,000. And I'm not going to be talking to anyone at this tower. And it is controlled, I believe, through PowerEdge. So we have to make sure that we don't violate this airspace because we're not in two-way communication with anybody. So we're going to take off. We'll climb up to 2,100 and then make a left turn. Once we get past this shelf, then this is below 3,000. This shelf is a 3,000 shelf, but we're not going to climb more than 21. I just want to clear this delta, and then we'll be under this 4,000 shelf anyway. And then this is Half Moon Bay. So it's literally clear this delta, come back out here, and that approach Walleye, or Mavic, I mean, so what is that? MAVKC. So here's Mavic. So we're just going to go here to Mavic. That's a 2,000 foot. So it'll give me a nice like 3-degree glide path basically to Half Moon Bay. So straight in, and then we'll park at Half Moon Bay, get our $100 burger, and call it a day. Palo Alto, all right, let me bring up Half Moon Bay. Doesn't look like there's any clouds there, so that's good. And this Half Moon Bay trip only take like 5 minutes, if that. Very, very quick. Very quick flight. All right. What am I doing here? Track IR. Is it on? Is it on? Now we got it. All right. Track IR. And we'll just set this altitude for 21. Just remind me that that's the altitude I want to go to. And we're on runway heading. Okay. Let me bring up my alternate. Oh, looks like it's... No, that's not what I want. I want Half Moon Bay. There we go. I had to add it to my laptop. Elevation 63. Three one. Palo Alto traffic, TBM-139, taxiing to runway 31, Palo Alto. Roger Dodger. Heading on out. Now we're not going to be talking to ATC or nothing like that, but we're monitoring guard on COM 2. So we'll just do a frequency change to Half Moon Bay, which is 122.8. So 122, we'll get that set up. We're just going to switch to CTAP after we depart out of here to Half Moon Bay CTAP. Please fly quietly. Okay, I'll make note of that. Noise departure, turn right 10 degrees after takeoff. No left turn prior to Darlington Auto Bridge. Cross Highway 101 at or above 1500. Cityside 1000, Bayside 800. Tower 18.6, that's for that airport. So it says no left turn prior to the Dunbarton Bridge. Let me look that up real fast. Shush. Let me see where the bridge is. I'm just looking at my laptop. I don't need to switch views again. You know what? San Francisco has... Where is it? Where is this bridge? Oh, you know what? I think I know which one it is. But we're going to be 2,100 feet before we make a left turn anyway. So let's refresh our clouds. Make sure all the clouds look the way they should at this airport with the current weather reporting. And we'll turn on our lights. And we'll turn on pitot and stall warning. We are trimmed for takeoff. We are setting flaps now for takeoff. Takeoff trim is good. Rudder trim is good. Yaw damper should be off. It's right there. Okay. Palo Alto traffic, TBM-139 taking off runway 31 for a straight out departure, Palo Alto traffic. That was 18.6 Palo Alto Tower, which you just use the tower frequency on Pilot Edge as CTAF. It's treated as an uncontrolled airport. All right, let's rock and roll. School bus. I hated school. I like learning now, but I hated it when I was a kid. All right, basically we're just going to go straight out and climb like the Dickens to 2,100 feet, which this plane will do pretty easily. All right, on your marks, get set, go. Props green, increasing torque, maintaining center line. .95, rotate. Positive right, gear coming up. Flaps out. We're going to climb at 120 here. $1,000 to go. Palo Alto traffic, TBM-139 departing to the north, leaving 1,800. Last call, Palo Alto. All right, there's 21. Let's try that again. Vertical speed. All right, we're at 21, so we're good there. We're clearing this delta. keep the inert separator on. We'll switch to 122.8 for that CTAF. And once we pass the delta, we can climb up to 4,000 to clear this mountain range. So we might actually have to. I can climb now. Yeah, let's just. I just had to be. Well, I can't be above 23 yet. Actually, I'm clear of that, aren't I? Yeah, I'm clear of that. So we can climb up now. Just can't go higher than 4,000. All right, 127.27. Is AWAS.
Half Moon Bay weather. Wind 320 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 11. Dew point 6. Altimeter 3041. Half Moon Bay weather. Wind 320 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 11. Dew point 6. Altimeter 3041.
Yep, watch where you're going. Don't want to go past 4,000 feet. That would be a violation of Bravo.
Wind 320 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 11. Dew point 6.
Alright, so I'm about using this ring as reference, 7 miles. And we are to the south. Half Moon Bay traffic, TBM-139, 7 mile, final for straight in runway 30, full stop, Half Moon Bay traffic. So we're just letting them know, whoever's in the pattern, what we're intending to do, who we are, where we're going, blah, blah, blah. Our lights are still on. We just have to lower the landing gear and start adding in some flaps and whatnot. Turn on the yaw damper for right now. Hey John, 7 Lima Yankee, how you doing there, buddy? Nice to see you pop in here. And Daz, what's up, buddy? Saw your first landing back to the departure. Yeah, that was, this landing will be better because I knew Palo Alto was a very, very short runway. Their runway at Palo Alto's like, let me see, 2,400. So it's actually not as short as I thought, but short enough. But Half Moon Bay has got plenty of room. Plenty of room. This was a nice flight, actually. I haven't done this combination before. So I did flight following from Lake Tahoe to Palo Alto. And then I just did VFR myself from Palo Alto to Half Moon Bay, because what's the point, you know? As long as you avoid those airspaces, you're good to go. So yeah, I've enjoyed this. This is nice. We're gonna lower our gear here. Add in some flap. Half Moon Bay traffic, TBM-139, 3-mile final, runway 30, full stop, Half Moon Bay. See if the boats are in the in this area. Sometimes there's a lot of boats, sometimes there's not. Looks like they're all in the marina. Because we love this place, third landing. Oh yeah, we've saved the best for last, Noel, the Half Moon Bay. Half Moon Bay, or at least the city of Half Moon Bay, made the news. Sad news as it was, but it was in the news. It was the first time I've actually heard Half Moon Bay in the news ever. I guess it was a fishing community. Yeah, there's a few boats down here, but usually there's more than this. Scenery loaded, right? Maybe it's done by weather or something, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Turn that off. Thanks for the reminder. Usually I turn off the autopilot and it will just turn that off. I don't turn the yaw damper on without the autopilot, but I did that time.
Airspeed.
Alright, let's see if I can grease this one. There we go. Raise the flaps. Take off. Trim is set. Pitot stall warning off. Strobes, pulse lights off. They must be sailing. That's right, yeah, they must be out in the water sailing right now. Totally greased that one. Oh yeah, that's definitely a replay landing for sure. Do any real world flying lately, Chase? No. Nope. I had to make a decision. I had changed my entire way of thinking as far as my lessons in real world. You know, I can't get a medical clearance, so my goals in the future are going to get a sport pilot license. I'm only cooking the brakes because you can put pictures in there. We have pictures and all. That's a special hanger, but go away. I know the brakes are hot. So the plan is to get a sport pilot license because with a sport pilot license, I only need a driver's license to legally fly. So you have to have the license. So once I have the sport pilot license, which only takes 20 hours compared to the PPL, which takes 40 hours. So once I get my 20 hours, and I'm already like halfway there, then I can fly legally by myself in a rented LSA, light sport aircraft. So that's my new plan. So I have a budget that I've been using for my lessons, and because lessons are like super expensive. Park here. So lessons are super expensive. So I made a decision to not use my budgeted money for flight lessons right now, and to instead save up for the next generation of VR headsets that are expected to come out in the next 6 months. So the plan is next Christmas or shortly after next Christmas, I should have enough money saved up to buy the next generation of VR, but I'm going to also have to buy a new video card and probably a new processor to get the 16 threads compared to the 8 that I'm currently using in the i7 9700. So I'm probably going to get the i9 99 or something like that. I can't remember what it is. So, and there's a Megalodon X something VR headset that I'm really keeping my eyes on, and it's super expensive. So between video cards, the VR headset, the new processor, and I'm probably going to have to get a new power supply unit to power all that new stuff that requires a ton of power, because the video card is probably going to be the 4000, the RTX 440 something. So all that is super expensive. So I'm just not doing any real world flying until after I get my computer set up to handle the next generation of VR headsets, which are going to be ultra light, and will be just fine for what I want to do. And I can get more out of a VR headset in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which looks really good, like as far as their ortho scenery is done. So it'll look almost identical to flying in the real world. And coupled with Pilot Edge, I would just get way more bang for the buck with having a nice VR and a nice computer and flying on Pilot Edge than I would in the real world. So even the real world with a license, I'm still only going to fly a couple times a year. So I'm just taking a break and saving up, getting my VR set up, squared away. And then when I turn 55, I get my pension, which I deferred till I turn 55. So that's only like 4 years from now. So if I did my math right, 51. So when I turn 55, I'll get the pension. And then the first year of the income I get from the pension, I'm going to use strictly for my sport pilot license lessons. So I'm going to knock that out totally. I'm just going to get my license. I'm going to just bang out all the stuff I need using that pension money, and then I can use that pension money for the stuff I normally had it thinking I was going to have it budgeted for. So that's the plan. That's the long plan. So VR first, then sport pilot license second, all within the next 5 years. And let me see. Before you go, Noel, I know you need to go. I'll do a replay. Let me see where the boats are. We'll go check out the marina real fast. And then we'll do a replay. It's like, I think you're right. All the boats are just sunk. Apparently a hurricane came through and sank them all. Oh, you know why? I'll tell you why this happened. So I don't usually do this flight to Half Moon Bay. So I flattened. I could fix this. I would have to. That's what these are. These are the masts sticking out. So I flattened the runways. and that's why it looks weird. So usually when I fly in here, it would look like this. So my mesh is messed up because I flattened the runways. That's why the boats are not in here. These are just the tops of the boats. So I messed it up. I messed up the scenery by flattening the runways, but that's no big deal.
Disconnected.
All right, let's turn off the taxi light. Icing is off. We'll turn off. I'll read chat here in a second. We'll do the replay after I shut this down. We'll turn off the environment, bleed system, inert separator. Takes 45 seconds. We'll do that after I go to low idle. So do low idle, close the inert separator. That takes 45 seconds to do that. Turn that off. Turn that off. Fuel cutoff. Aux BP. Starters off. Fuel cutoff. Aux BP. Pulse light is off. All that is off. Oxygen is off. So we'll do nav light is off. Crash bar down. And let's see if we broke anything before I do the replay. Nope, that didn't break anything there. Airframe is good, so good landings. I'm offline. I'll do a replay here. Yeah, I had to flatten the runways for my Lake Tahoe freeware scenery to make the scenery look right at Lake Tahoe. But Half Moon Bay, you can't have the runways flattened. I totally forgot about that. Oh yeah, I greased that. That was perfect. Perfect. Didn't know you were aiming for a license, thought you were just doing once a quarter with a CFI. So yeah, that was my original plan, but that was up until I found out that with a sport pilot license, you don't need a medical certificate. So I didn't even know that was a thing. I knew the sport pilot license was a license that I could get for half the hours, but I thought it still required a medical, but it doesn't. So once I learned that, I shifted to where I actually want to get a license. But like I said, it's going to be 55 years old before that ever happens. Only issue with sport, many FPOs do not own an LSA. My own sold theirs just as I was working on the PPL. That is correct. So there is only one place around here that teaches LSA. So before I would actually start, paying that guy to use his LSA, because it's like an hour and a half drive away from where I live, is I would want to make sure that the guy, once he checks me off, would allow me to rent his plane. If I can't rent his plane, then there we go again. There's absolutely no reason for me to get an LSA, a sport pilot license, just because, I'm not, if I can't fly, what's the point of spending the money to get one? So I'll just fly out of my local airport with a CFI and keep doing what I have been doing if that's the case. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to find somewhere to where I can rent LSA. I know you can buy LSAs for like, especially used that are good airframes, safe airframes and such. So that might be a possibility at one day. So, like, my main enjoyment is the flight sim anyway. So when I compared to what I'm doing here, flying on Pilot Edge, especially with VR, say in this in particular aircraft, the TBM, and VR with Pilot Edge, it doesn't get any more real than that, other than you can't feel it. You can't feel the turbulent and the thermals and such as that. But other than that, I am perfectly fine being able to fly at home in my living room, or my den rather, and if at night, if I want to fly on VATSIM during a Friday night ops, if I want to have a beer, I can, It's just way more benefits, I think. 7 Lima Yankee says his 2080 RTX is getting outdated. I know, right? I'm still running a GTX 1080, just a regular 1080. So that's why I have to update my computer pretty a lot to get it to where it will run the next gen VR set. After that, then I hope to get a kit plane or buy an old used one. Yeah, I mean, if I could afford that, but I wouldn't buy a plane because I just wouldn't use it that much. I know that I just would not use it that much. It's too hot during the summer. I'd have to buy a plane with air conditioning, and maintenance costs and everything is just out of my reach. Disconnect before replay if you haven't. Oh yeah, I always check and double check before I do replays. Because it does put you right back up in the air. So as far as pilot is concerned, it looks like you just spawned on final. And, in uncontrolled airspace that we're in right now, it wouldn't have been an issue, but it could have been somewhere else. But that's a lot of more money. I'm always told if you fly 100 plus hours a year, it's cheaper to own, but if less, then cheaper to rent. Yep, that's exactly why I would only rent. Unless I want to fly. Like if I had a mission to where I was going to take family vacations and go travel in an airplane, then yeah, but it's purely for entertainment for me to go up in a real airplane. Purely entertainment. I just get more out of the Pilot Edge stuff. But I'll say after getting your PPL, your sim landings are pretty much all butters now. Oh, I bet. But you fly small airplanes. I fly airliners. Most of my flights are airliners. So it's I get a little bit different. I fly so many different airplanes. I fly F-18 Hornets for DCS. I fly F-14s. I'll be flying the F-15 soon. So I just fly like a whole like probably 20, 25 different airplanes. So I'm okay at all of them, but I'm not great at any of them just because I never fly the same thing usually twice in a row. Altitude is your air conditioning. That's true. That's true. If you can get high enough, then you get poor man's air conditioning. That's true. Most of yours are GA with the colleague being your offline fund. Yep. I'm actually going to be buying in the next week or so the Porter PC6 by Milvitz, or it's not called Milvitz Company now, it's something else, but that's a well-known STOL turboprop aircraft, and it's primarily sold to companies that do skydiving. So I'm going to buy that airplane. It's like 35 bucks. Unfortunately, it's pretty expensive, but this is what I do. And it's from Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I'm just going to simulate being the pilot of a skydiving operations. And the plane's cool because it has a simulated thing where you push a button and it makes you'll see the door open, and then you'll actually will jump out of the airplane apparently, and give you like a 10-second free fall experience, and then it puts you right back in the cockpit. So then you can use, it's one of the few planes, or it's the only one I'm aware of actually, that you can put the engine into beta mode while you're airborne, and that creates basically like a huge air brake of the propeller. So you have to get configured first to do that. You get slow enough, put it in the beta mode, flaps and all that stuff. Then you descend at like 4,000 to 5,000 feet per minute at around 100 knots. So, like, I would take off, let all the skydivers out, and then do that quick descent, pick up some more skydivers, and take back off. And there's an airport, like I think it's a Delta airport, that I did some research on Pilot Edge, that in real world does actually do skydiving operations out of this Delta airport. So I'll be, pretending I'm the pilot of a skydiving company doing that on Pilot Edge. I think that would be a lot of fun. So once I get that figured out, I'll live stream that too. I think that would be a fun stream. You lose 2C per 1,000 feet. Oh, 2 degrees per 1,000. Nice. The random PC6 is great. Yeah, but that's for X-Plane, I think. So the one I'm looking at, I'm mainly buying it now because there's a group flight coming up on Microsoft Flight Sim, which is the only reason I didn't tell you about it, that I'll be doing on the 19th. And there's like 6 of us that will be flying on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're doing the type of flying that you enjoy, but we're not flying on VATSIM or Pilot Edge. We're just doing like the typical create your own server on Microsoft Flight Sim type of thing. So that's the only reason I didn't tell you about it. There's no point. But John, if you're still around, I know you got Microsoft. Let me know, and I'll let you know what time. It should be the 19th, probably about 2 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, good flight, guys. Let me close these doors and pitot covers, static. All right. All right, good deal. Well, anyone that's still watching, you'll see my link to my YouTube channel is down below in the Twitch description. If you would, please click on my YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get some more subscribers, and so on and so forth. So appreciate the chat, Das. I'm pretty much only streaming these days like special things, updates to airplanes, updates to scenery, new airplane, that type of thing. So if I stream, it's because it's something new or something exciting is going on. Otherwise, most of my stuff is YouTube these days. You're doing another bush flight tonight on VATSIM with the Bush League, Alaska this time. Nice. I think that, I don't know, my buddy Phoenix, Will, he's putting together the flight plan for our bush flight. So, but we will be doing the San Juan adventure again at some point. So I'm looking forward to that as well. That will be VATSIM, the San Juan, and that will be done on X-Plane because I like the scenery I had for that. All right, guys, I'm out. I am out. Y'all take care, and we'll catch you next stream. Guys, have a good week. See ya. Chase out.
Cleared on Nav Zulu 35 right, United 286.
United 2619, there'll be traffic off your left on the parallel runway. Reduce speed to 170. Maintain that to Franz.
170 to Franz, United 2619.
0, trying to maintain 13, with 13,000 for minutes.
13,000, cruise speed wings 906, heading is 060.
060, 13,000, 906.
Location 5 Bravo Golf, contact tower on 135.3.
35-3, 5 Bravo Golf.
That was 547 Romeo, reduce speed to 170, contact tower 124.3.
Over to tower, reduce to 170. Skies 547 Romeo.
Southwest 1257, 170 or greater, 2 Diamond.
170 or greater, Diamond, Southwest 1257.
Southwest 2268, fly heading 325 to join final, clear visual approach, runway 35 left.
325 to join, clear visual 35 left, Southwest 2268.
Southwest 2953, descend and maintain 9,000.
9,000, 2953. We do the visual as Zulu. Good, the visual, 35 right, Southwest 22.
Delta 2277, 16.5, descending 13,000 on 070 heading.
Delta 2277, Denver approach right.
Just confirm Southwest 2268, clear visual 35 left.
Southwest 2268, affirmative, heading 325 to join, clear visual approach, runway 35 left.
Clear visual 35 left, Southwest 2268. 35 right, go fast, K-Line 4710.
And approaching at 2499 through 17.6. It's been light to moderate chop pretty much the whole time of the arrival.
Give me the altitudes again.
Began at 25 and it's still going on.
9, contact approach 123.85 today.
59, good day.